Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator, the Lantern Aspirant run, and I have to start with an apology. About 20 minutes of footage has been removed, and I apologize, but there was a malfunction, and it got scrambled. So, cross your fingers on this one here that we're going forward, but let's go a quick recap of what happened. Okay, so first of all, our entry consultant did manage to get us into the Candlelit Mithrium, and I did switch over to the Candlelit Mithrium from our temporary headquarters to get rid of a notoriety. But as you see, our reputation keeps preceding us. So we're kind of boned if the cops take an interest in this at the moment. Now, we've also been going through the furtive scraps in an attempt to find a vault that is capable of this man to, or woman, that's true, we don't know what gender is, to get into as well in an attempt to, of course, to get additional material so long as we have this guy paid for. And I managed to get lucky getting Crocus Hill from one of the two furtive whispers, or whatever they called level 4 secret histories. Yeah, okay, we've also got this about to blow for restlessness, and I feel so bad about this, but we must shoulder on. We also accidentally got Slee as an acquaintance. We've got the cracked Noonstone, which we'll repair when we have time. We got stuff to do. In the meantime, since we got lucky enough to get to Crowkiss Hill, let's get our boy into position. Right. Okay, so we're going to Crowkiss Hill, which is a level 4 vault, as you know, the ancient tribes revered this resting place. It's for one who at the end is a service was for one by the end in service to a certain merciless hour was more scar than man. The colonel, basically. They sealed the entrance to the Binding Suns in mortared blood, which is why we're using an entry consultant, because they will use their 5 knock ability in order to be able to access it. I feel so bad. I mean, okay, not a lot happened. I mean, you can tell by the board a few things have changed, but, kind of hate that not being able to show it to you. But yeah, the one who came before us had marked the door in the hillside, but here it may yet be, but sealed with a stone and a binding spell, which is, of course, why we have this guy doing it. All right, so we're going to start doing that, which of course will generate another notoriety, which makes me think that we're going to get in trouble with the cops pretty quickly. In the meantime, we're currently purchasing a tincture of opium in order to deal with the dread we're going to have in a moment, and we have another dread on the way, and since I'm stuck at the day job, I can't pay it or I lose the job. I mean, I can't just paint it away or I lose the job. Oh, God. It's already starting. Oh, wait. While we're here, might as well. Let's get Slee initiated into our cult. There we go, by invoking Lantern, since we've got that particular one. We've got that one going. Yeah, so yeah, most of what I was doing before was pretty much rote, except for dodging the cops at one point by painting away all my reputation cards. As you can see, we're not quite in danger of that yet. So we just have to worry about the mounting dread we have going. But we do, and since we have a day job, we are being able to afford partying at night. Okay, so, first things first, Mr. Alden has found nothing to criticize my work. Excellent. 2 funds right off the bat. Fortunately, we're going to go right back. We do have to go back in. Now, the thing is, it is theoretically possible. There's the dread, by the way. It is theoretically possible for me to do the manual labor jobs, since it only takes 45 seconds, and we have 58 seconds here, but there's no real benefit to it, unless you're getting bored and just want to alternate your jobs. So usually we just want to grind this out and be done with it for the 2% chance that you might get Alden to retire without having to kill him or drive him mad. Or get compromising photographs. That's what the Grail version of getting rid of him is. Yeah, and as you can see, we're currently beginning to Crocus Hill. In a moment, we'll be diving in. There we go. All right, so we'll need another fund, but fortunately our day job is now providing that. This is the true path of evil. Okay, so grab the dread, grab the contentment. Boom. Let's reconsider our life as we're blissfully stoned. All right, so a dozen lights blaze. There is no place for the shadow in these rites, and no place for mercy. Yeah, those are the light side's the evil one in this world. But we do have our 2-point lantern dude, which means that all we need is 4 points. Now, one of the things we can do to do that is, since we're gonna be a little, okay, so we get cult. We give her this repair a cracked Noonstone, since she's our forge operative, and that will give 4 points plus please 2 plus 2. Yeah, we might be able to get him up to level 5 lantern right away, which is always good. Okay, but we'll need the funds when we do that, so let's make sure not to go broke in the meantime. All right, so All cylinders going, go full speed. Kind of a basic rule. If I can't do anything, it's gonna have to make it do something. Alright, so important to note, we have yet another shred. Oh my god, we're gonna get plastered apparently. You are skilled in uncovering warded ways, will probably penetrate the warded door. We don't have another person to send to him to be able to do it, so yeah, there we go. This is what we're doing. 70% chance of success, otherwise we'll keep burning funds. Yeah, we're just like burning cash like crazy at this point. Alright, that's capitalism, baby. Alright, cool. No more screwing with us. No, it doesn't feel natural. 2 days in a row, he hasn't decided that we're a lazy scum. Okay, so let's see how this rolls. So, also in the meantime, I also got another furtive truth. I'm combining 2 occult scraps just in case we get the other vault to this guy. Excuse me. Meantime, we still have nothing to read. Oh yeah, we got the 8-point winter tool, which is my favorite. The manacles from a Roman emperor who liked to sacrifice people. That's why they're studded with blood energy. Anyways, let's see. The dread is at 160. Alright, yeah, we definitely need to get rid of it, unfortunately. So it means we can't afford to do the painting as gets us fired by the job, which is problematic. Okay. Need the funds for this. Oh my god. Unfortunately, we need this job just to plumb the arcane depths of reality. We still need a paycheck. Sigh. But on the plus side, we're going to lose the notoriety real quick. We'll get another one from the Kiss, but we can deal with 2 or 3. Or absolutely maximum, but it doesn't look like we're going to have to worry about that. Alright, so coming around the bend here. Alright, so what we got? Sickness. Good. No cops. No cops is a good thing. But still partying. That deep peace, but I should not do this again. Yeah, we always say that. Every addict says never again. Every addict almost always comes back. But yeah, got the repaired noon stone, which is a 4-point tool, and it's now instead of an ingredient which would be consumed once, it's a tool which could be used multiple times. But that allows us to do, since we need a total of 8 lantern in order to be able to initiate him, as we take that 4-point tool. Take it here. Boom. My father will kneel as a novice and rise as initiate. I will administrate the necessary oaths myself. Boom. There you go. We'll have him at level 5, which will also allow us to get a greater number of vault possibilities, which is vitally important. Also, it's good I'm doing this because he's only got 42 seconds remaining on me. It freezes while he's doing this, and it gives me the time necessary to initiate Sheev here and repair the Noonstone in doing so. We're going to do Glimmering for all it's worth. Sigh. Okay, so we can speed up a little here. Oh, good grief. Alright, so yeah, finally we all knew this was going to happen. Son of a bitch makes us work overtime. Treasures lie before us, we pulled it off. Yes. Alright, so yeah. And we have yet another oncoming dreadstorm. Glimmering. Excellent. No, the thing. Oh, we can use it right now anyways, but we are going to start losing reputation cards. Yes. I mean, good thing. Kind of doing a lot of shady shit right now. Alright, so, gotten the funds we need. Unfortunately, it's a good thing because we're broke at the moment. Oh, we need 8 seconds to get it back. Ugh, I hate Alden. I hate him. I hate him. But we need him, unfortunately. We need the bastards who keep us down. It makes us such melancholy, I think, in this modern life. Can't live with them, and they're trying to can't live without them, they're actually trying to kill us. He navigates. Now you are the map. He illuminates. You are the darkness. He is not compassionate. You will not show compassion. Our compass is the knowledge, and our course is glory. 5-pointer Sleeve's headaches are growing crippling, but his theories are more practical by day. His poetry is getting better too. Remember, in the Cultist Simulator universe, which is Gnostic, of course, it's like the real cosmic horror, the light is not good. The light is the demiurge, or the watchman in this case, which is the false light of compassionless reason that would drive people into madness in its efforts to find an absolute truth that does not exist. Which is why the whole point of the game, I think, is to destroy him. That's my theory. I know I'll have to one day actually articulate the damn thing. But yeah, we'll take that one fund. Okay, the Warrior's End. They've been here before. Power still lingers. No doubt they used it for their ceremonies. They have taken some of the Warrior King's funeral treasures, but left something of their own. Live-Belt Pignet, which means we can make the 8-point Moth tool, should we feel desire to. Meteoric Bullet, 4-point Edge tool, which is important in its own way. Grain Down Oil, which of course is the Winter one. Now that could be useful as well, except we already have the freaking 8-point tool from the Manacle over here. Book of the Centipede. Oh my god, we can actually start reading. Unfortunately, the thing is written in Greek, which means we can't actually read it yet, if we don't know Greek. Bone Flute. 4-point Winter tool. Wow. Winter is not coming. Winter is here. 2-point Winter Influence, which is another dread. Interconsultant has 40 seconds remaining him. We get our fund back, which is good, but yet another notoriety. Okay, so got this in our issue. Now we have to just figure out if we're going to be able to. Now we're going to put him into the talk button. Nothing happens if I do this, but it does freeze at the 40-second mark, and we can now check to see if we can find another thing in the English country, another archaeological treasure house in the English society that we can steal from. You know, fuck the natives, right? All right, so yeah, another freaking dread. Oh god, if a dread trap comes, we are so boned. Luckily, it's nothing coming next. We'll, however, since we've got this open, do a quick exercise to get the vitality to take care of the sickness we're about to generate, since we're obviously not going to be paying money. Eesh, there we go. 2 sets of tools. We got 3 tools already. Not doing bad for the early scenario. All right. Deep breath. Huh. The possibility, since we're using funds, is I could use this to get a 2-point tool, a 2-point influence at any point, which eventually becomes a fascination. A 2-point lantern influence becomes a fascination, which we can use to cancel out a dread. It's another way of doing it with the opium, but we got a 10% chance of losing a reputation card, so we got to consider that as a possibility since we have yet another one here. Now, we could normally transmute this into a 6-point art influence, but we don't have the 6 points of lore yet. We have virtually no lore, as it were. We still do not understand the great, terrible Sith mysteries. And there's that dread. Uh-oh. Which means, and the problem is I need this open to do that, so we're gonna basically roll around again. I mean, we've got a chance we could lose it. Okay, so let's just let the dread ride. We know we've got 93 seconds before we have to worry about it. And if it starts coming up on the next run, it's a big problem, though. They'll give 60 seconds to produce the tincture. Always something. Guess we cannot take the chance. Let's go. We're gonna party like it's 1931. Whenever 1937, there we go. No, Hitler hasn't happened yet, so it's 1934 or 5, I think. That's silly Bavarian. Anyways, there we go. Alden's screwing with us again. Great. Get in there. Alright. Okay. And again, get totally sloshed. Anyways, now this one, we have dread and sickness. Now the thing is that we're going to lose dread first, since we already have the contentment out. We can wait on getting rid of the affliction, because we want to get rid of the dread as we're starting to accumulate like crazy. That's what working does to you. So, and then the vitality. Great, 2 vitalities. All right, so we have 2 vitalities. One coming up, and with that, we just need to get our things to the lake, and the lake is the other one we need. That also. Beneath the stark slopes of the fells, the mist wreathed surface of the lake waits. There was a swin altar here before the Romans came, and a legend of a serpent who sent to defile that altar. Okay, so the serpent is, of course, one of the dragons, and the mother of ants is the mother of dragons as well. Yeah, before Daenerys is ever around. So we can actually use knock energies to get dragons or other sea serpents to obey us. So, guess what we're doing? Oh my god, I don't have any money. I can't go yet. 39 seconds. You will be putting out 2 funds. Ooh. I hate it when it does this. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to... This is the last chance we have to basically use him, so for any effective purpose. So what I'm thinking is that we should Since take an opportunity for one last shot with him, rather than we could keep him around for 60 seconds, then come needs this isn't going anywhere. All right, so yeah, let's play it safe. Let's keep you around for a little bit longer in case we need you. There's a silly atmosphere. But in the meantime, we could try to get rid of that one reputation card. Clear my mind. Okay, so that's happening here. This becomes that in 57 seconds. I could generate at 120 seconds. We don't have a dread trap. I mean, we have a reputation card. So, on the off chance that we can... Oh, we don't have any funds. Doesn't matter. God, we're broke. Anyways, I mean, it's half tempting to sell this for 3, but we could use it for something else. It could become useful. Okay, so at least we can throw the cult scrap in to get another 2-point vault. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Let's get to the job. End of the job. Yeah, the end of the workday. Great. I hate you, by the way. Because you keep making me do this. Yeah, if you grab it by the numbers, thank you in the comments for mentioning it out, you will take the whole stack without having to touch shift, which is good. But let's get that there and that there. Let's go work. Yay. Alright, so spinning forward. Another glimmering. Okay, the drugs are good. Don't want a bad trip, you get a sickness card for that. Oh, not getting on that regard. Okay, so grabs that. Uh-oh. We have 10 seconds to ditch that, and I don't think we're going to pull it off. The only way to do it, and we're going to have to cheat like a bastard to do this, the only way to do it is for me to hold the notoriety card. I can't believe I let that sneak up on me. Now, first things first. Dread card here. I don't have the ability to get rid of the dread card, but I can get rid of you, and I will get rid of you. I haven't dreamed in a while either, as a result. So we've got to wait. Do this at normal. Looking for the adversary, so basically we let it run out for a bit. Alright, okay, grab this. Oz! Alright, we also have... Okay, so we've gotten all of the level 2 vaults. That's a repeatable. This one... we can do this. We won't be generating a notoriety card with him in case that collide with Lake. Let me double check everything that I knew but thought I knew. In case of the crash. I'm not feeling super significant. I mean, the thing is, something like that will just rattle you a bit. Let's see. Forgotten Mysterium. Thought and Wake. Yeah, we can do this. Might be worth it. Let's go. Yeah, the problem is the one book we have is, unfortunately, Greek. We can't do anything about that yet. But what we can do, we can send you out. Beneath the surface of the lake, there's some cliffside nook, perhaps some relics remain for us yet. Okay, so we're sending him out to go charm a dragon. Probably not in his usual job description, but, you know, person should branch out. Maybe their career options. Let's kind of, you know, work with it there. In the meantime... Yeah, it used to be there's a trick where you could grab onto that and it would suck back in, but unfortunately, they're onto us. So we now have a detective. Ah, no, we can live with this. At least it was a notoriety card that got to. Oh, for God's sakes, you again. Not bad enough. All right, so now of course notoriety cards become a lot more problematic. In the meantime, let's talk about what we're going to do with Valencia here now. What we can do, I'm thinking about, is we can do this occult, send her out to craftsmanship. My believer might be able to earn funds in illegal laboratories and shadow manufactories, or they might get injured. It's also a possibility. But you got to make sure that you don't have sickness when coming up when you do this, so you have the chance to use your funds to try to heal them. But yes, she can actually generate cash for us in addition to our regular job. So now we are making our cultists work for us, and frankly, that's how you run a cult, before even having the mooch off of us. That's just not a good thing. All right, so boom. Need funds. I don't know if we're going to be able to get those funds, or we toss in Slee. Okay, we have just a weary detective. Excellent. We'll have to deal with you later. Sigh. This too shall pass. Thing is, what we can do now is we can just get Mystique like crazy without having to worry about it. So now we switch our tactics to being too obvious. Anyways... Let's grab this, throw the fund in here, just in case. We'll get it back if we don't need it, which is why somebody asked why I do that. Yeah, sometimes, usually you don't need to. There's only one obstacle, should only be one fund, but you know me, I like to double check my my actions here. Anyways, yeah, so this will actually give us a freaking contentment. I'm good with that. Meanwhile, I think we have to get back to our job. So that happened. Sigh. We're feeling much better now. Okay, fascination trap, not an issue. Yeah, one thing about this one is we've been getting heavy into dread, but I haven't seen a single fascination card so far. And oh my god, we can actually dream now. Oof. Kind of forgotten that was possible. Let's go. Alright, so. Oops, I should have gotten that for the dream. Oh well. It's all the time. We have 5 seconds when it's done if we absolutely need to get rid of that dread, which may not even be necessary. We'll see. Meantime, alright, so. Call upon the mother of ants. A serpent is long enough to coil around a cottage. His fangs glisten in the ice. Probably will respect the power we bear. Probably. It's your problem if it doesn't. Then I hired you for a job, and you should be doing your job, damn it. Alright. So, what do we got? Curious. Working under contract. There are devices in the city that defy the law of the land. There are a few that defy the laws of nature. Some are very dangerous. Okay, so yeah, we've been hired her out. 30% chance of her succeeding, I think, and 10% chance of her getting injured. 60% of nothing happening. Need to upgrade her, but one of the reasons we'll be doing that, but we're going to have to do it with a bit of a risk to that one, okay? Trust me, it's going to get interesting really quickly. What we probably should do at this point is start building up the cult and just take the mystique hits as we go. And of course, running our day job on the side. Eventually, I do plan on getting Sheev here to the board, top of the board, because that's just what he'd do. But we're not there anywhere near there yet. Okay, Slee. You're just sitting there looking at me. Okay, boom. What do we got? There's been an accident. Okay, so she's now hurt. Great. Well, this will allow us to increase her potential, because this wounds increase her abilities, but luckily there's no sickness card that could potentially be lethal to her. Anyways, we'll be done with the dream in about 2 seconds. In the meantime, we should probably just get to finding our peeps. Finding our tribe, as it were. Alright, what do we got? I'll tell you in a minute. Alright. 2-point influence. Great. Ooh. Yep. It's just... We've done that one before, so it's just an influence. It's not going to do us a lot. Meanwhile... Yeah, fortunately, you're going to have to survive long enough, and we have to deal with whatever mystique that gets generated. Okay, so it's a bit of a pain what we're going to go through, but it ain't lethal. Just keep that in mind. Clear my mind to get rid of the dread. Still looking so we can Oh, who knows precisely how this is all going to work. Beginning to veer a little out of control. Sometimes I like it like that. Alright, so... There's the wound. Oh, good gods. You fail too? No traveler. Fuck it. Everybody's doing great right now. Oh my gods. You have failed me for the last time. Finally get to say that. Alright, so now we have a wounded entry. You know what, dude? You were good for a bit. Apparently, you couldn't deal with giant dragon, and you have absolutely... Look, no Sith hireling should have an issue with a dragon. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Alright, so... Okay, attention. But... Okay, so... You do that, I do this here, and yeah, here we are again. Right, top of the cycle. Alright, so... Yeah, one fund in reserve. Wow. Yeah, we're still edging bankruptcy here. Definitely not a good sign. Probably the longer this goes on, the more peeved Sheev gets. And yes, I did do that on purpose. Anyways, clear my mind with a dread. Do this here, probably. Did get a bit of a boost, and once we get Greek, we'll have believe that's going to be a 4-point secret histories. Oh, sure, what I desperately need. Fast forward a bit. Let's get Alicia healed before anything freaking happens to her. Let's keep looking at that just to be sure it's not season of sickness. Okay, no traveler returns. Dread card and Mystique. Right, actually, they did return, and that Mystique card is gonna be an issue in a moment. Dread card is gonna be an issue in a moment. Oh god, we're just partying. Just spending it all. Okay, so what do we got? Alright, so let's shift over. Let's grab the fleeting remembrance. Oh no, 59 seconds? Okay, good. Yeah, this is Alicia. Man. Should have been looking for that one, but yeah. We're about to get Mystiqued twice, as well as have the Dread issue in a moment. Alright, so we've got this. Cleared my mind of getting another fleeting remembrance. So, meanwhile, still have this going. Now, we should get a little more conservative about using this. Oh, God, another Dread. Yeah, we need to get rid of it. But I definitely cannot. Let's see whether or not it has overtime beforehand. We were literally having to ride the edge here, which is problematic. Anyways, you know, Slee could send you out, but you're not going to get much. Just get another one of those. You might find another hireling, but we're not in a position to use them. So yeah, the travel card's going to go off, or going to be pointless for a bit. And so is study card, as we can't study anything. Wow, bit of a dead end here. We're stuck in the dead end job. Great. There you go. There's the reputation card that will cause him to look into another 50 seconds. Well, there's the reason. There's the overtime. Sigh. There's us not being able to afford to party, which is definitely a downer for us. Unfortunate. A lot of this stuff's gonna. We did get lucky with the tools. That's that at least, and I have the ability to produce the paintings if I choose to. Perils of Renown, another Dread card. Ooh, there's the Dread trap right at the perfect time for it. All right, so there is no hesitation here. There will be one Dread that is grabbed, because this will take us 60 seconds to do so. It'll grab this Dread here unless we conceal it. Oh, another one of a bellowing and Orthodox Catholic with a mystical stricken and untrimmed beard. Okay, the English Rasputin. Action cards there. We didn't get generated a Mystique, which is interesting. He used to do that. One fund here. Now what? Okay, so, a couple things. One, we're going to have two Dread shortly in the Dread Trap, which is a bad situation. We have 30 seconds from now. We will picture the Tinctum. We'll get rid of one of the two Dread. Getting rid of the second Dread, unfortunately, we're going to have to use another thing. So all we can do at this point is barrel down on working. So we can get the funds to party to get rid of the Dread that the working gives us in the first place. And this is going to sound familiar to some of you, I'm sure. Meanwhile, we cannot keep risking her. We must heal her using our last remaining fund. Sucks. Which means I'm going to concentrate on getting the 8-point lantern tool from painting it, which is going to, of course, cause its own complications. There we go. Okay, so actually, we may want to consider using the paint, losing our job and using the paint paint ability to get rid of this. Before we have the Dread Trap open up on us. And we've got Erudition. Okay, cool. Don't really use for it at the moment. It's 2-point influence. Okay, there you go. You, over here, dude. Deal with you later. Actually. Okay, tincture's about done. Alright, so. There we go. Contentment's up and running. Let's take that Dread and get rid of that. Actually, 46, yeah, would be fine here. Boom. And we'll ditch the Restlessness before it hatches, as it were. Yeah, meanwhile, we got rid of the one Mystique because the police officer was checking us out and found absolutely nothing. One of the strange things, if you are being investigated by cops and they do say, well, we didn't catch you doing anything. All right. Could not? What the? Oh, gods. Wound. She's still wounded. Why is she not healed? I gave her. Action or convenience. Oof. God. Losing her would be bad. What do we got? We do not have sickness approaching, which is good. We have another Dread Trap. Alright, so first things first, we have to get that additional fund to figure out what the hell happened to her. And leave that open for the meantime. Definitely working against us here. Because unfortunately, you're going to have to let the good Dread, it's going to come a Dread Trap, and we're going to have to use a tincture to get rid of it, which isn't too bad, mind you. Once we get this back, have the remembrance here. Toss in the fund. That will generate the contentment necessary to get rid of that. Yeah, just all juggling at this point. This, and for God's sakes, why? Fashion and convenience. Yeah, healing. Buy medicine. Perhaps now they'll survive, but there's no limits what the human body can sustain. Oh, it means it's not 100%. Oh, great. Yeah, unfortunately, my one attempt to get her to earn her keep caused me to spend twice as much as she could have earned. That's just terrible. I'm not doing this again until I get her to level 5. Speaking of which, I definitely need to get that painting done, which I can do at the moment. There we go. The spare card will shift outwards, and oh my god. Riding the edge, are we? Tisk. Alright, so. Copper is satisfied with that we aren't breaking the law at the moment, which I don't think technically we are. Technically, we sent her out to do work as an electrician without a license. I think that's what the biggest problem, what it was. The hell? Still? Still? Wow. Alright. Getting kind of pricey on me there. Alright. I guess we have to keep trying to do that. I hope this isn't some sort of, error on my part. I am giving exactly what it asked for here. Yeah. If you take it out, it says it's looking for funds. There you go. God, what did they do to you? Eesh. Meanwhile, as you think we are safe to dream, kind of getting a little bit of a gun shy here. Alright. Also, I need to get Grail. At some point, I actually will have to start buying books again. But again, my attempts to apparently cheat the system here did just shot me down. You know, Sheev is doing terrible at being a criminal. Absolutely terrible. Everybody who works for him has gotten hurt. And Slee, the only person who had Slee and Pope are like looking at each other. I don't know. We should be working with this guy. Seriously, bad luck. Alright, are you healed or not, woman? Vitality. I'm not gonna complain. Alright, are you healed? Oh my god, the wound very close to death. Wow. Well, yeah, now she's 2-point winter influence as well. Keep that in mind. Alright, so I think there's actually, yeah. Think about, if I'm correct about that, I believe there's one ritual. Let's see about that. Wiki, I think we might actually get one spirit that would work well for. Spirits. We need 2 winter, 2 knock, and 6 forge. So I'll only use 4 forge and 2 knock. That's doable. Don't have any forge or not. We don't have anything we can use at the moment, but it makes it slightly easier to get that one at least. Anyways, we entered the wood. It didn't do us much good. Alright, so again, getting a little gun shy here. About some of the things that are going wrong lately. Oh god, in overtime again. Yeah, we've been clever and we've gotten a lot of items, but unfortunately we didn't get the books I was hoping for. That one up here, which we don't have the companions we have for. So the question is, what do we do now? And I think what we do now is we initiate the Good Pope, which should require us to use our lore, which we're not using it for anything else at the moment. Alright, we'll be able to also, because we have the 4-point tool up and ready, we'll be able to, of course, get him up to level 5 as well. It gives us the ability to generate 10 lantern for any one expedition, which isn't a bad thing whatsoever. But yeah. We should probably, if we're not doing anything else, just see if we can grab some more hidden lore, as it were. Definitely have to do the bookstore. We're getting pushed back into the legitimate ways of doing things, and I'm just like, I wanted to be hardcore. I'm just being, nerdcore. Alright. Grabbed one of our funds right off the bat, man. Oh, God. We are so poor. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so. Got him there. Do it again. Get him to level 5. So we now have the ability to get a 10-point lore. The problem is that I don't think we have a 10-pointer that would Lantern use for, except possibly, mind you, St. Agnes. Now, let's see. I don't know if that's worth it, though. Yeah, we can technically get St. Agnes and Cater and Hero. Now, Cater and Hero Limited, actually, that might be worth it. We have a couple. That is definitely worth it. So, what we need to do is once we have we have one fund, we have possibly no, yeah, screw it. Screw it. We're gonna just go once we get him in place in 60 seconds. We're gonna go do the Cater one, grab a couple of books and another tool, and hopefully be working closer to this. Yeah, like I said, crime doesn't pay in this particular run at the moment. All of my attempts to be clever have come out flat, and that sometimes that is the law. That is the rule life tries to teach you: is that trying to be clever. Nope, you're just better off doing things the way people tell you to, and apparently getting a day job and buying books legally, God, it's for losers, but unfortunately we don't seem to be a winner at the moment. Sigh. Totally a valid life lesson. What kind of game is this? Alright, Cult Scrap. Now it's virtually useless to us, except for the fact that we will combine it with another one. Oh, cool. Time delay sort of thing going there. Yep. We'll combine it with another one to get into the level 4 vault. In the meantime, I don't think Clegg and Scratch allow... Whoa, double check that one. Clegg and Scratch does use Lantern. Yep, but it also uses Edge and Winter, which you cannot match. I could use Course of Alicia for 30% chance of success, but that's not really worth anything at this point. We definitely need to build up our power base a bit. We got a little ahead of ourselves. Now, granted, I did that for a reason, was to show you how you can, if you're willing to play a little risky, you can get some early advantages. Like we did get a lot of the tools, and I am set up to get that damn, let's see, nope, that damn painting done, which hopefully we can do after the cops stop noticing us. We will, there we go, have a 90% chance of being able to pull this off using the power of the light side. So, first things first, let's grab Carter and Hero Limited. Let's grab... Oh, great, we don't have any cash. Sorry, guys. I need to get my paycheck before we can go explore the Eldritch location. This, ironically, if anybody's ever done ghost hunting in the real world, is a real problem. Anyways, so, yeah. Let's see. What we want at this point is this. All right. Grab the passion. Boom. Drop it in. Okay, so... And, yeah. Question is, we probably should go out and do the, let's just go out and find ourselves another pawn. Alright, so, and of course, don't forget the reason card. So make sure that we'll stay in overtime. Oh boy. It's all something. Yeah, 37 minutes in and kind of made a little bit of progress. Yeah, about this game. Slow and steady wins the pace, unfortunately. Excitement is not the primary draw here. But in the meantime, we will now have the ability to go tackle the abandoned warehouse. Okay, there we go. Well, as one fund. Alright. The remaining factory walls could topple any moment. Blackened timbers creak in pain. Must equip yourself properly to move with dreadful care. In other words, you need lantern. Oh, for crying out loud. You need lantern or forge. We have 10 lantern in play, so 90% chance of success. We grab the one fund for the one obstacle. It may ask us to hold the second fund. Hey, stop doing that. I thought I pressed start. I really did. I swear I did. Ove. Ish. But in the meantime, in order to eat, we need to work. You know how that works. Sorry. Okay, so just keep rolling forward. The passion card's back in play, which is always good. Cops in play, we have not much of an issue there. Season of romance, but of course we're by ourselves, and unfortunately that means that we're alone. Alright, so guess you're going in. Whether you like it or not. Or the funds. Alright, so back to the dreaming. Boom. Now we 2 point great. 2 point influence, great. Oh, look at my vitality. It's not completely useless. Just mostly useless. Okay, so wait to the wood. And continue our passion run. Passionate love of not finding lore. Meanwhile... Okay, so yeah, we haven't actually... Yeah, he's still searching for clues. You have 30... First one's 30 seconds, by the way. If you can hold off your peeps from producing it for 30 seconds, The cop won't bother you. Alright, let's keep moving. Boom. Alright, so call upon the watchman to clear a site that we may find pass without error. Great. Hopefully it works. Meanwhile, just keep our brains frying from the sheer mundanity of our work. Hopefully it'll work. Huh. There's romance and another dread. Or painting. Don't know which. Probably dread. Cheaper to take over that way. Okay, cool. We can actually start using the study card now. Okay, so... Pause, thank you. Ish. Poppy! Oh no. Great. I need somebody to sacrifice to her, to use her as a matron. Then we get Mystique. Great. Luckily, it was 2 seconds too late for that son of a bitch. Anyways, what do we got here? And we worked overtime. Great. One fund in play. Okay, so we have the one fund, which will of course get absorbed by that next, which means we have to roll back in. I'm going to survive long enough, unfortunately. Sigh, in order to be able to do that. But meanwhile, we have something actually to do with our time. We can combine the occult scrap with our study verb. We can combine the occult scrap with erudition and produce the next level 4 vault, which hopefully will produce something of value. There we go. Keep in there. For example, another 2 points of lore for the light, so we can get into the next level of the Mantis. Treasures, we pulled it off. Awesome. Oh, meanwhile, we want Mystique. Yeah, we can pull off Mystique. We can grab the next person. How's that? Poppy. Can't believe I got Poppy. Fortunately, we have to sacrifice somebody, and I don't have anyone disposable yet. Usually, it's Ralph. What's what I call the that's what I call the knife-flavored minion. You get the faceless individual. The one who promotes himself the least. Alright, so. We are running up this hill for sure. I'm a Kate Bush fan. I loved, by the way, that episode of the season of Stranger Things. Awesome music. Kate Bush has been a favorite since, like, well, I was I'm old enough to actually have been there when it was first released. Crazy as that is. Point out, I think she has the Guinness World Record for the most time between a song being played on the radio and a song being released and it becoming #1. There you go. Overtime it is. All right, we've got the erudition, so let's put in the cult scraps. Get that level 4. All right. You go here, so I don't lose track of you. All right. Meanwhile, let's see. Do we dive in for the dream? Is that we go? Nope. We have to keep. No, we can actually. It's going to take a while for that sickness card to get to us. And the vitality, hopefully, will still be intact. Meanwhile, oh, we don't have any funds, so I can't get rid of the restlessness. Okay. We can cope. We can cope. Mind, body, and soul are frayed from our studies and work mostly. Let's face it, reading books isn't. Okay, if you read too many books, you don't exercise enough. Yeah, that's a problem, but it's not really probably not going to kill you right away. It's overwork though. Damn. Job will do it to you every time. All right, so we have a notoriety card, which of course is something we have to keep track of at this point. But we also have the vitality pigment, which allows us to create a 4-point grail tool. It's not useful for this red to survive the death of the body. Yeah, it's made of blood, in case you hadn't figured that out. So yeah, we got a lot of pigments. We can make a lot of paintings, but we only really need that one. The abandoned warehouse. The two floorboards lift away to reveal a hollow within Cater's desk. The rats have been freed of the biscuits he stored there against peckishness, which haunts his entrepreneur, but they could not enter the iron lockbox. A second with a crowbar. Yep. We also have the ability to, at any time, get rid of the notoriety by doing so, but yes, boom! We got it. Yellow one means that the yellow card means that the yellow color of the card means that it will provide lantern lore. Unfortunately, it's in Latin. We don't have that card yet. We do, however, have a 4-point nature tool. I mean, it's a nature red tool. Art tool. Okay, Apollo. This one we can get, by the way. It should produce... It produces what I think it does. And there's a notoriety card. Collect. Anyways, you could be okay there, actually. All right, so notoriety goes here. Put that in order so we know which way they're going to decay first. We now have this one, which you can study, which I believe will give us... Grail lore, which allows us to advance passion to the point where we can make the painting, where we can actually start bringing everybody up to level 5. So there is a plan to this that almost worked several times. Okay, St. Agnes, by the way, is another one we could do with the straight up lantern, I believe. Yeah, St. Agnes would do it with a lantern, but it's the dry soul curse. If I get it wrong, I's in trouble. Trust me on that one. Because then I lose a passion card, which is not something we want to lose. Turns out it's a heart level 2 lore. Work with that. It's something at least to study. But, yeah. Now, it's a 90% chance that they'll pull it off. If they fail to pull it off, they will, of course, grab a Dry Skull Curse. They will grab a Reason card. Okay, that's not super bad. The problem being is I would need a 10-point influence of heart to be able to get rid of it. It's risky, but the only thing I will get the 2 points of Grail Lore that I want out of this one, I believe, to make sure that that damn thing doesn't get a language thing. Okay. Narcissus, it should be in English. It is actually good. Good. So yeah. It's a possibility. We're willing to risk it, but considering how much bad luck we've been having lately. And not to mention, we got a lot of notoriety at the moment. We may just want to start building up cash at this point. This is usually where I skip, by the way, the regular ones, but yeah. Okay, we will, however, get the 2 points of heart lore, which is better than nothing at the moment. But yeah, we could possibly lose a reason card. Now, that's not huge. Losing a reason card, okay, I mean, yeah, it's one less reason card, but I don't think I've ever used more than 2 reason cards at any one time. So I'm thinking I am going to risk it with a 90% chance. We've been blowing all the 70s, but we haven't blown a 90 yet. Of course, we've only done 190, but hey, this is just me. All right, so in the meantime, like I was saying, we should definitely build up our cash. Now, could be a bit risky because we might need a fund to get rid of the normal speed. We might need a fund to get rid of a thread in a moment. All right, so yeah, the sickness card hit, and we have a reputation. So that notoriety is going to be an issue in a moment. It's not going to disappear in time, which means we're going to have to give up our job for a moment, and then we're going to have to paint with our mystique and our notoriety. Or, right now, we transfer from one address, meaning this, or we use it with a fund in an attempt to generate the secret. Now, that would actually work in some ways, because we can use that to cancel out the dread. So, here's a possibility. We'll check it out, see what the percentage time is. The sun beneath us. This is a holy place of the sun unconquered, the sun undivided, which is actually an evil cult which may exist into the future. Sol Invictus. Check it out sometime. With the purest of candles, we can touch the light that still swims in stone. That will produce a 2-point lantern, which will eventually become a fascination. A fascination can be used to cancel out a dread. So, one of those two things, and it gives us a small percent chance of getting rid of that notoriety. Unfortunately, it looks like it doesn't fire until after the point. Oh well. I'll have to keep that in mind. This still learning. We're always learning in these games. Always. Breathe. And a glimmering of all things. Great. Can't really use it, mind you. And I can't use... Yeah, I was definitely getting a run of bad luck here. But with any luck, there's the dread card. You get something out of it anyways. Another subtle flaw. Great. Okay. I don't have enough to play with lore yet. So yeah, we're definitely have to go back to hitting the books shortly. Our attempts to try to cheat the system are failing us. Now we need to keep this open because we're going to need that in order to get rid of the sickness card with the vitality card we still have left. Alright, so use our erudition to combine those two so we can get that. Deep breath. And fast forward a bit. We have... Yay! Lado. I've forgotten which one you are. It's been so long since I've done this. I forgot. I used to know these people's affiliations by heart. But in the meantime, don't think we'll need anything else. Why don't you just check out my vague sense of lore, and we'll initiate you into the lowest levels of our society. You're the one who cleans the toilet. Okay. Yeah, the notoriety is going to be an issue in a moment. We've got a second, but we're not going to have enough time. We're going to have 10 seconds when this comes out to deal with the notoriety card. And yeah, we're not going to be able to do it by transferring addresses. So unless this thing kicks in, so we might get lucky, we may not. Normal it is. Let's find out what happens. Okay. Yes. I grabbed the wrong one, you son of a bitches. Ah, makes things worse. Worse. How can you make it worse? Somehow you did. At least this will work in time, hopefully. Another dread card. Wow. It's all adding up. Really adding up. And of course, oh, we almost forgot our overtime. Alright, cool, cool. It's all conspiring against us. They're all conspiring against us. What? My plans for dark power are unraveling before my eyes. Ugh. Notoriety. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get rid of you in time. Oh well. This is what happens sometimes. We'll get some evidence. We'll probably just keep playing nice while the evidence exists and let it burn out, because we don't have the ability to get rid of it. Yep, there it is. And we have been caught. 2-point forge. Okay, great. Maybe I should send you out and see if I can get you crippled. Oosh. Wow. It has been a hell of a run so far. Okay, so at this point, we're going to have to just play low-key well, not low-key, but low-key really, really severely, because we do not have the capacity to be able to handle this at the moment. Could have just barely had an opportunity to do that with the abandoned warehouse, but oh well. Anyways, let's see the police finally get the goods on us. Probably just give us a stiff warning too, as we're a respectable mental society with a good job, and tell us that we should just not consider tampering with the dark forces of the city, dark forces of light forces of dark. I don't know, whatever you want to call the Gnostic light, the false light. My perpetual enemy, apparently, because he follows me from game to game. Ish. All right, there you go. What do we got here? Wow. Wow. Anyways, since he's already got us, why not just keep doing this and get our peeps, get our cult together at least? And get something out of the way anyways. So yeah, this has been a bit of a mixed bag here. I mean, the thing is, we are not generating the cult as quickly as possible. We're not generating lore because, I mean, kind of concentrating and doing vaults. Wait. Okay, there's no evidence, so yeah, he'll generate circumstantial evidence, and then we're going to have to let it die. That's unfortunately the case, and that means that the first half, possibly, or not the first half, the first few minutes of the next game, because I think we only got about 7 minutes left in this one, only run about an hour, means that we're probably not going to do a lot, but we can at least read our first damn book. In the original myth, Marsyas lost a musical contest which was flayed by Apollo, who later regretted it. In this version, Mars' skin is a further history. It's used as a drum, by the way, which is why it's a 2-point heart lore. Because the drum, remember, is the tool of the heart. Total eclipse of the heart. All right, so another dread trap. Great, thanks. At least we're getting rid of this. Okay, put the health back into place. Put the dread in here. Grab the fascination. Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, you go the other way. Contentment first, then dread. I had a panic there. He'd upgraded it and lost that entirely. Jeesh. That would be bad. That would be very bad. In any case, Word of Truth goes here. We should grab another 4-point vault. Considering how bad we're doing at the moment. Oh, great. Evidence and... oh, benefits of privacy. That didn't help, guys. Getting rid of Mystique did not help. It actually increased the odds of him grabbing it. So, next time in the future, we'll know not to do that. Oh, gods. Tentative evidence. Alright. 1-point evidence. We have 60... we're going to be playing... we're just going to be doing a lot of grunt work at this point. There isn't going to be anything other than me buying books and gaining lore and putting it together. So, next episode, you know what to have to look forward to. Me studying. Gods. Just say we're getting our We'll just say we're getting our next degree. Alright, speed it up. And let's see what we do. Yeah. There we go. End with the funds. Honestly, just work. We're running on that 2% chance. We don't have any companion, and I can't afford to buy a hireling. Okay, so the skin of Marcius gives oracles is later smuggled to Phrygia, where the priestess of Sybil uses for drumhead at the opera. Climax, the opera. Pounding the drum drives the would-be violators of the priestess to suicidal madness. The opera ends with a wistful hymn of the youngest priestess to the beauty of the mountain pines. A little weird, mind you, but, you know, stranger myths have happened, stranger operas have happened, but 2 points of heart lore. There we go. Our beginning into the abyss, as it were. Alright, so, and now we need to get drunk to get rid of that blasted restlessness. It may not be in time, though. That's going to morph. Yep. Bleak thoughts will grab this, then it'll grab this, and, you know, the usual rigmarole. While, again, our fascination, at least we got rid of. It was a valiant effort, by the way, to try to get rid of it by using the secret thing, but they don't grab notoriety first. The only time it grabs notoriety is first when you change addresses. When you're doing a secret one, what happens is that it simply... Oh, hi, cat. Another... Hey, we've got our lantern people quickly. Don't know if that's a coincidence, but... Alright, cool. Let's initiate her. Actually... Let's check this out. Cat Caro, she desires herself, earns a living as a stage medium and a fortune teller. She may have different talents. In other words, she's a psychic acting like a fake psychic. And that actually happens, by the way. Psychic abilities, as someone once put it. If you're a witch, you'll get burned. But if you're an entertainer, you'll get paid. Of course, sometimes, these days, witches are a lot more out there about it. Alright. So, yeah. There we go. We'll grab the contentment in 27 seconds, and that will cancel out the despair. At least we can afford to get drunk. Barely, mind you. Okay. Mystique's still running, but it doesn't matter. It's just Mystique. Alright. Again with the overtime. And boom. You are level 2 lantern, which means we can get you up to the next level using that. Oops. And that. Alright. So we have more. We have all of our light people back, which is, I suppose, good. Light's kind of the ones that least interesting cults. Time passes. We'll grab the Mystique. Doesn't matter. Oh, what do we have here? Unusual vessel. The Sheev is a ship. In fact, many ships have borne the name of the centuries. Yep, it's the Sheev. Sheev has a lot of stuff we can use, but the question is, I don't think we have the crew to deal with it yet. The Sheev itself is one unique one that pops up randomly anywhere, but it requires Forge and Moth Grail or Edge, which we are not in any way, shape, or form ready to use at the moment. So it'll just stay there for a bit. We need to get a lot more of the cards too when it comes to languages. So yeah, let's see what we've got here. Overtime. Do we dream? I think we can dream. All right. So and passion. Yep. Next time we're going to be dreaming and reading. We're going to be a student. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a student. We're all students in one way or another. But sometimes you honestly want to practice your craft. You just don't want to, or you just don't want to feel like you're like in the rut we are now, having to work this job. But let's make our first step to changing that. Yeah, it's foolish because we could end up with a severe issue. I can't do it, unfortunately. 30 seconds from now, 33.7 seconds from now, I'm going to need more money, and I may not have it. So I've got to see if it's going to screw us over with overtime again. Sigh. Alright, so. Well, that's everything at once. Oh, good, we got another one. Alright, so. Just, what the hell was that? Okay, so yeah, we grabbed the, that's that. We have the Furtive Truth, which we stick here. See if we can find something. You are now level 5, which is great. We have all of our level 5 lantern people now. So what we should probably do is, well, he's going to grab the Mystique anyways. We might as well just keep talking about it. Although we should probably talk about the Heart Lore now, since we don't use that, and we do use this on occasion for initiations and such. Meanwhile, we can't use that. To dreaming, get more stuff. That's all we can do right now, is we hang around the edges of the manse looking for scraps. Oh, God. I mean, being a... Some people think that trying to find mystical lore can be kind of an exciting thing, but a lot of it is just basically being around the edge of things and capable of understanding or getting into the opportunities. Constantly like pressing your nose against a window shop in which you know the wonders of the world are on the other side, but it might also be absolute terrors as well, which is why most people just stick to their day job, which apparently we're doing at the moment after doing a little B&E with our pals and hanging out at our clubhouse. I love this, at the bottom of a rum bath. Like, we're totally a cult, man. We got like a secret hideout and candles and 2 books we can't read. Such humble beginnings. Wow. Anyways, like I said, probably. All right, so the 2 funds. One again, yeah. Unfortunately, Alden is going to keep us in the cycle. Now, of course, we need to be able to get out of it, but we may not be able to with the low number of funds we have. The alternative is to simply let it burn, stick with the health card, which basically keeps us head above water, and just kind of hope. But so essentially, we can only grab 1 book when he doesn't give us overtime in the current situation. And we're beginning to slowly get access to the additional vaults, but we're only capable of using some of them, and we also, of course, need funds. Funds, of course, being so we may have to actually, in the end, sell one of our tools. Probably, of course, the 4-point winter tool. That's good. It's got a lot of stuff we need. Problem is that vault is easy. Requires knock or forge. You only have, of course, 2 forge, and the other one's is edge or grail. So yeah, it's not good. We don't have the right peeps for it. Certainly don't have the quite quantity either. So, question is, where do we go from here? Now, do we take a risk, sell this at this shop for at least 3 funds, possibly 6 if we're lucky, and get into the and use that in order to start getting us books? That will, of course, give us the cushion required to be able to get the books, to read them, to get the additional lore, which hopefully will get us the additional, area into dreaming, which gives us more vaults. Yeah, I know. The thing is, we need that lore and we need the patrons in order to start creating the patron gravy train, which you remember is the basic rule, how you make money without having to, deal with him. The alternative, of course, is to eliminate him, which we'll need money for that too. We'll need to get either a hitman or a con woman to be able to deal with him. Of course, what I want to do is much simpler. We need to keep fishing for cat. I'm sorry, not cat. We need to keep fishing for a grail companion. Once we get a grail companion, we can use them to go after Mr. Alden. And if we fail, which is only have a 30% chance at our current rate, if we fail, then it doesn't happen. See, trying to seduce him isn't like trying to rob him or attack him. Or drive him crazy, or gaslight him. It just is really bad bar scene, and he's not going to tell anybody about it. Eventually we'll succeed. It just takes time. That's the thing about the game, is that unfortunately we've had to learn patience. That's the first lesson you're probably ever going to do if you ever do a cult lore yourself, is be patient as hell. Because it's not going to come quickly. So, yeah. So let me know if you want me to try to sell off the bone flute and then use the funds to try to move forward into reading or another direction whatsoever, or should we continue the slow and steady pace? Let me know. I mean, you're the ones who are watching. Usually when I start doing the grinding like this, when it got really slow, I'd just cut and fade, but like we're doing this one-to-one as per the request when we started doing it, because a lot of you had wanted to know what I do in the interims like this. Now, as you can see, like I said, my attempts to shortcut forward have produced mixed results at best. Yeah, we are swimming in tools and pigments, but we didn't manage to get any of the vaults with the serious books in them. So what I was hoping for. Yeah, the congregation, these 2 here, the congregation and Nothing rodents. We had a chance when we had the moth hireling, but rolled the dice, it came up snake eyes. Now we got to deal with that. We're the guys to decide what we're going to do about it. Okay, so this is Fantastic World, St. From Lovecraft Country. Give me some ideas where you want this to go down below in the comments. If you like it, like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe, of course, hit that notification button. If you really want to help me out, you can channel to grow. You can get access to additional material. And of course, I'll unlock additional material per month for this series, and can do so. And of course, the holiday seasons, if you haven't seen it already, for the solstice, I released the yearly episode of Cthulhu Saves Christmas, so we can have a festive cosmic horror Christmas together. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.